called by the Lord, and you are fulfilling the destiny which the Lord has called you to fulfill. You are fulfilling God's will. You are doing the work of God. You are doing what God has called you to do, and yet you feel that you are under tremendous attack. And yet you feel that the opposition keeps mounting. And yet you feel that whenever you want to step ahead and go and do the will of God in your life, there is so much opposition, there is so much of resistance in your life, much more than what you have experienced ever before when you were not fulfilling the will of God, when you were just living your mundane, when you were just living your ordinary life. There were no attacks, and as soon as you want to go and fulfill God's will in your life, you feel that there is an attack from all sides in your life, or from the closest people, or your enemies get closer, or whatever. It might be in your job, in your finances, in your family, in your health, or whatever. But you feel that there is an attack, and this thought and this circumstances of yours is causing a sort of depression in your life. It is causing a sort of anxiety. It's causing sort of difficulty in your life, and you are wondering, God, why is this happening? When I am going and fulfilling your will, why is this happening? And today we are learning from the example of King David. King David was only a teenager when Prophet Samuel anointed him. When Prophet Samuel anointed him to be king, he was only a teenager, a young boy, and he was supposed to be a king, this shepherd boy. But you see, he is nearing 40s when he becomes king over all Israel and Judea. He was about 33 years old when he was king over Judea, but over all Israel, over all 12 tribes, he's 37 years old. When he was a teenager, he got this prophecy, he got this anointing, he got this blessing, and now he's nearing 40s. He's 37 years old when he becomes king over Israel and Judea, over all 12 tribes. And as soon as he becomes king, and this old long prophecy over him, this old long promise on anointing over his life has just come to pass right now. And as soon as he has become king, what has happened? Let's look at, we are in Second Samuel chapter 5, verse 17 and 18. It says, now when the Philistines heard that they have anointed David king over all Israel, all Philistines went up to search for David, and David heard of it and went down into the stronghold. The Philistines also went and deployed themselves in the valley of Rephaim. In the valley of Rephaim. So, what is this valley of Rephaim? And when the Philistines heard now that King David has been anointed king over all Israel, you see, the Philistines knew that this is a moment, this is a time of the weakness of King David, because as soon as he has been anointed king over all the 12 tribes, they know that yet he has not consolidated all the armies, yet everybody has not aligned with him, yet there are still weaknesses around him. And they know that if a teenager boy because these are the same Philistines to whom belonged Goliath of Gath. You see, he was also a Philistine. And they know that if a teenager boy could defeat their champion, their giant, who was a war machine, what can this king, now this teenager boy who's become a mature man and has become king over all Israel, what can he do? And that fear, and that they know that, and they want to hit him at the weakest point in his life as soon as he has been appointed. And when you get to know that you have been anointed by the Lord to do a certain thing, and you go ahead and you step into the direction of fulfilling what God has called you to fulfill, and as soon as you start doing that, the devil knows that this is the time of your weakest moment, and he is going to attack you. And if you are going to allow those attacks to depress you, to come to you and to stop you and to hinder you and to cause questions in your mind, and it is going to freeze you from your destiny, it is going to freeze you from your calling. And you and me, brothers and sisters, we must know one thing, that as soon as we are going to fulfill God's will in our life, if we are living a worldly life, if we are living a life according to lust and according to flesh and according to this world, it's going to be okay. There's not going to be that many attacks. But as soon as you are going to fulfill God's calling in your life, you are going to be under attack. And we must have that mindset, brothers and sisters, that no matter what, we will be prepared for it. We know the attacks are going to come as they came on David's life. The attacks are going to come, and we have to be prepared for it as David himself was prepared. And what he does, you see, this is why he is called man after God's own heart. Because when enemy comes, you see, we do not know the strategies of the devil. We do not know the strategies of our enemies. And when the enemy comes, brothers and sisters, we must learn from the example of King David what we are to do when we are under attack. And we are going to learn from the example of King David. So, if you want to know the strategies, how to find the enemy, do subscribe to the channel and watch my next video, which is going to come up. And we are going to learn from the example of King David what to do when we are under attack from the enemies, especially when we are fulfilling the will of God in our lives. So what are the strategies that we need for a breakthrough in our life? And I believe all of us need a breakthrough in our life. And we have to learn from the examples set in the Bible. So do follow, and we are going to learn together. God bless you. I hope this thought has brought a blessing in your life. You can bless me as well by simply subscribing to the channel.